Today I want to show you how to take apart the alcohol cartridge. It is outlined in a maintenance document on the support section of the Accutech website. So it's in this document. It talks about lubricating the O-rings occasionally, but it also is covered in the main manual on page 34, and it talks about replacing the felt and mesh in the alcohol cartridge. This may be needed if the alcohol inside here, like say if over time the alcohol absorbs a lot of moisture from the air, gets older, now you've got older alcohol that's got a lot of moisture in it, because this is supposed to be reagent grade alcohol, very high purity. As it absorbs moisture, it gets weaker. It doesn't measure particles as accurately or as well. So inside here, this is the alcohol cartridge itself. If you have the weaker alcohol soaked up inside here, then you may want to replace the felt and the mesh as well. So I'll show you how to take this apart. So I'm just wiggling this back and forth, and you can see there's an O-ring here that seals to the machine, but another O-ring will become evident here. So we've got two O-rings, and then we've got the felt inside that soaks up the alcohol, and on the end we have a mesh. So if I wanted to remove that, actually the mesh is still in place at the end here. The unit shipped with extra mesh pieces and extra felt, because say if this was contaminated with bad alcohol, I could swap it out for a fresh piece of mesh in there, or sorry, of felt. So anyway, I'll pop that back in here, and so these O-rings, this larger O-ring seals the alcohol cartridge to the machine. This O-ring here seals this cartridge together. So one of the maintenance items is this silicone grease that's included. I just use my finger here a little bit. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use a little piece of tubing actually. So this is just spare tubing I have. Now I don't want a whole lot. I'm just going to dab some, and I'm going to spread it with my finger. I want a very light coating. Especially when these O-rings are used and are in direct contact with the alcohol, they could dry over time. So I'm going to put some also in a larger O-ring. Spread that around. Again, we don't want huge amounts of it. We just want it a light coating. Okay, now take this. Now, I don't want to force it directly together, but I'm going to watch it. I'll start to, that looks like it fit in there pretty good. I have seen this where you go to put it together and the O-ring, you can see it kind of bunching through here or not staying very consistent. If it does, you can take it off and try again. And if these are damaged, they should be replaced. Both are important to the operation. So I'll pop this back on here again. And if I had put in a new piece of felt, I would put in fresh alcohol, especially if this alcohol was contaminated. Then I would let this soak for probably 10 or 15 minutes to allow the new alcohol to get into the felt, and then I could continue with my fit testing from there.